Hello, hello, live with Dr. Mom on the road in Florida. What? I thought I better do an update because today I'm at a location. I've been here for 2 days, but I'm gonna be traveling again tomorrow. So I figured I probably better do this video today, and then I'm trying to do it every Wednesday. It's just been kind of crazy with my traveling and a lot of it not knowing where I'm going, and there's just a lot going on, which is kind of crazy. But I thought I'll do a quick update about what's happening, how it's working on bodybuilding, how is my RV traveling go, and moving forward, what's happening in that area. It's been an adventure, you guys. It's been an adventure so far. It's pretty freaking exciting. And there's been some anxiety too. It's kind of odd, but it is what it is. So I thought I would share it with you because maybe you're going to go on an adventure sometime, and I can let you know what I'm finding out. So anyway, here we go. Let's see. Okay, so what's happening with bodybuilding? Well, so as you could imagine, traveling, one thing that I was a little worried about is, am I going to be able to find a gym? Because I've never been in the area I'm traveling to. So I'm part of the YMCA because it seems like the YMCA is pretty dominant in the East Coast. I did some searching, and I used to belong to Gold's Gym, which I really like. I like the bodybuilding aspect of it. But there wasn't as many Gold's Gyms in this area as there is YMCAs. So I started out thinking, okay, I'm going to do YMCAs. In Kentucky, in Minnesota, I was going to my son's YMCA. I really liked it. Takes you a while to get used to the gym and the format. I don't know, why do we get anxious when we go to a new place or a new gym? But I do. It makes me a little anxious to go in there. You know what I mean? I make myself because I'm kind of a rough boss. I'm like, oh no, you're going anyway. So anyway. All right, so I started out with YMCA. I did locate quite a few in the area. I was gonna go last week. I ended up staying at. So I drove down. That's my RV part, so I don't want to get too into that. But I drove down to a place called. It's Jacksonville, St. Mary's, KOA. Which is a little deceiving because it's not in Jacksonville. It's right on the tip of Florida. It's actually still in Georgia. Kingsford, Georgia or something. So I stayed there 3 nights because, I don't want to give all that away. That's in my RV travel. But a lot of it was weather related. But I'm going to get back to that. So what happened with bodybuilding? I got there and I thought, well, okay, so does your YMCA cross states? Can you use one membership in other states? And there is an aspect of that. It's called an international pass, and you can use that in other states. So I called the lady, and you have to download a form that is a waiver, so you have to sign that. But then you can, excuse me, and there's quite a few in Florida. I can use that throughout Florida with the membership that I have. So, and that's familiar to me because I've been using the Y for quite a while now. So long story short, I didn't end up, hey Connie, I didn't end up going my first couple days, and so it's been about a whole week. I stayed in Minnesota a little bit long, Kentucky, a little bit longer so that I could get a full weekend of going to the gym, but then I ended up getting caught because of weather. So once I got out of there, I think it was Tuesday that I started my trip. I had to book it down to warmer weather because it wasn't, it was kind of scary conditions. I don't like, I've driven enough in snow. I lived in Minnesota 10 years. I drove ambulance there in blizzards and everything. I just don't care to do it anymore. Idaho has bad weather. Excuse me. Since I've been traveling in the RV, I noticed wind kind of moves me around. I don't like that as much. So I just choose not to do that to myself because it does stress me out a little bit. I got in a pretty good rainstorm going to Merriam's. I was in Texas. Never expected it, but I wasn't looking for it. Now I kind of look where I'm going, what's happening. I did okay though. I mean, I drove through it. There was a lot of fog and it was hard to see, but I've done that enough that I know how to drive in it. Slow it down, right? So coming down here, I knew that there was another storm coming through, so I had to change my path, which I'll tell you about in a little while with KOAs. Something to remember because I am new to all of this. But so anyway, I didn't end up going to work out at the gym, so it's been a week. And I go 6 days. So I got back today, but the closest I am now located, it's pretty close to Orlando, but it's sort of out a little ways. I think it's called Flagler something. It's a beach. It's a different area here. So I'm over here. So I Googled YMCA and there's some in Orlando, but that would have been 30 minutes. So I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. So I just Googled closest gym because I figured I could just go to a local gym. I found Planet Fitness was only about 5 miles away. I know that they were normally $10 to join. That's not, I could afford it on my budget. So I went over there. In order for me to be able to, and there's Planet Fitness is all over Florida. There's more Planet Fitness than there is YMCA. So I decided just to join. I had to pay, usually they're 10, right? I had to get, I think they call it the black membership. So that was like 22, but I can go anywhere in Florida and use it. You also do, I think you get tanning and massage chairs and things like that. So I did make it to the gym today. It felt really good to be back in. It makes you a little anxious because I used the Planet Fitness one time in Kentucky because YMCA was closed for holidays, so I'm a little familiar with it, but not totally. So you just have to go in and own it like a boss, right? Just go in, and some of the stuff that I needed to work out with wasn't there, so I had to just improvise. So yeah, I'm not sure. That's another thing, internet. So, oh boy, that's my RV stuff though. That's kind of, like, I paid pretty good money for a high-speed internet so I could do my videos, but I didn't realize that it's only 40 gigabytes. Well, I was out by 20 days. I didn't realize it, so I was using it. I used my phone, everything on it. Well, I didn't realize I actually had a hotspot on my phone with 40 gigabytes. So long story short, I'm going to be out, they're going to slow everything down until the February 1st. So hopefully I'm going to get through this quick. Okay, so my workout went really well today. I feel a little sore. It was a little hard getting back into, but I plan on just going before. My trips are sort of only about an hour and a half between locations, so I should be able to go to the gym in the morning and then take off for the day. So that's my plan so far. My food, I've been doing really well, losing weight now. I'm down 5 pounds and it's going well because I just don't carry anything in here I can't eat. So you're kind of limited. So I pre-prep in advance. The only thing is I did, so I was eating like a cup of oatmeal or half a cup before the gym, and it gave me a lot of energy. Like I felt energy. But now I'm trying to cut carbs down, so I didn't do it today, but I was really weak, so my workout was not near as good. So I'm going to have to somehow either put half a cup in or put something back in so I have that energy, because today I did not have energy. It wasn't good. So I got to work on that part of it. Everything else, I pre-prep my food and pretty much just have a lot of egg whites, protein in the way of fish, tilapia, and then like salads and things like that. Quite a bit of salads, proteins. I have a protein mix I use too. So I'm getting back on track with that. My water too, which reminds me, I did not drink the kind of water I got back on to 150 ounces when I was at my daughter's, but the minute I started traveling, as you might guess, I haven't been drinking, hey Sarah, I haven't been drinking as much water anymore. So I got to get back on the water, but I travel again tomorrow, so I probably won't drink the amount of water I'm supposed to again until I get settled. So I'll drink it. I usually drink 40 ounces by the time I'm finished at the gym. I'm good, Sarah. How are you doing? I'm super good. I'm in Florida traveling around. It's been fun. I'm living full time in my RV now, so and just doing some blogging and moving forward with my life. So, okay, I'm just doing an update today. So that's my bodybuilding workout, right? So I still plan on doing competition in August. I'm still meeting with my trainer every week, and I'm going to be back in Idaho to travel. Good too. Sounds like a fun life. Yes. So far, it's definitely moving me forward. You get a little anxious at times, but it makes you grow, so that's what I'm into, right? Anyway, so I'm meeting with I'll be back in Idaho in May, June, and July to train with my trainer, and hopefully I'll be ready, really ready this time. So, okay, so my RV travel. So, what I've been doing is I've been checking ahead of time. So, for instance, I was in Kentucky for 2 months at my daughter's. I was supposed to leave on a Wednesday. I ended up staying so I could go to the gym all week. And by the time Saturday came, weather moved in, and it was horrible, like horrible weather. Freezing, below 30, way below 30. I had to be careful because my RV isn't skirted or anything, and I don't have insulation on the bottom. So I did insulate the fresh water tank, and I bought some. You can buy RV antifreeze and pour it down so your pipes don't freeze. So I did all that. I managed to keep it above freezing for probably a whole month. And so far everything's working good. Like my hot water heater seems to be okay. It's propane, so everything seems pretty good. And so I was gonna leave, like I said earlier, but I ended up waiting, and I almost waited too late, because where I was going was I was leaving from Kentucky, heading east, southeast. I wanted to see the Carolinas. And I wanted to go into Wilmington Beach and stay. And so I went ahead and booked KOAs, which aren't cheap, by the way. That's one thing I wanted to make sure everybody knew, is the private RV places are better because, oh, thanks, Sarah. She says you will kick that training's butt. Oh, thank you. I hope so. It's harder than I anticipated. The training is not hard. The food is hard. The meal preps haven't getting it just right. Like I don't say I'm old, but it gets harder at my age, and so like you have to have enough carbs, but you can't have too many either. So it's hard. Getting all the water in's hard. Traveling and doing it's hard. But anyway, I hope so. I'm trying. I'm giving it my all. So it's good. And I see you doing your trainings, and it's super awesome. Super awesome. Tell Luther I said hi, by the way. Geez, it's been forever. Okay, Connie says we hardly ever use KOA unless you have to. Okay, so I use KOA because I really didn't know, right? They're nice. I like them because I feel safe. I feel safe staying there. They have washrooms. They have full hookups sometimes. I mean, but over in Wilmington, like, the weather kept changing so quick and it was freezing on the roads, and I kept calling him like, I can't make it today. Let me move it a day out. And and they did for me, but then I'm like, you guys are still getting freezing weather. I'm going to head south, so I had to cancel it. Well, one KOA let me cancel it, charged me $10 because it's about $50, give or take. The Wilmington one would not let me cancel it. They're like, nope, sorry. I'm like, freezing rain? I can't drive there. Sorry, you can't do it. So I ended up having to pay for that one anyway. And then I had to pay for one. I went to Knoxville, and there was one window of a sunny, good day up in the 60s if I headed south. And south was getting plummeted with weather too, snow and all kinds of stuff. I agree. Sarah says nutrition is hard in a triathlon. That's what she does. I'm proud of you for doing those. That's incredible. They call it the fourth discipline. I struggle with figuring out how much my gut reacts to when I fuel during long runs. It's taken me years to know what works. And it's all about what works for you. She says what works for her. That's so true, because like my body is different than my trainer's body. He can burn things differently. Like my body hates carbs. I can burn fat if I do the keto plan. But then you're not getting your carbs in, so then you have low fuel for your workouts. So it's a big juggling act, but carbs, I gain weight on carbs so quick. And my body loves to fast. Like I do really well fasting, but so yeah, it's that juggling. Anyway, so at Knoxville, I decided to head straight south. And I just went ahead and, let's see, did I stay? I can't remember if I stayed somewhere on the way. I think I did. I think it was like it was just a trailer. It was an RV place that wasn't a KOA. It was only $30 and they were super nice. I got full hookups. And then I had to book the KOA, and so it's called Jacksonville, St. Mary's. It's not Florida, it's Georgia. But I had to book it for 3 nights just to get my bearings, so that I'm going to turn this heater off so that I could go ahead and get sort of settled and make my plan from there, because I'm on a pretty tight budget. I mean, if you spent $50 a night at a KOA, just think about it. I mean, and I think some of them, like, if you do 7 days, give you the one free, but who could afford that? I think these one people were paying $300. I don't know how there's people that live in those. I don't know how they do it. I don't have that kind of budget, because my RV takes, like, I'm getting 7.9 miles a gallon, maybe. So it cost me to get where I'm at now, and I have a full tank right now, probably $250 just for the fuel. So I'm trying to book things close so I don't have to drive so much. My goal is to go down the East Coast, all the way down Florida. My girlfriends are meeting me in the end of February. We're going into the Keys for a week. And then that's the end of February. So then I'm going March. I'm going up the East Coast into probably Destin or somewhere. I'm going to meet my kids in April up there somewhere. The first week April for spring break. So I found this wonderful site. You do have to pay for it, but it's worth it. So I think it was $50 originally. It's called Harvest Hosts. And you Google on there, and there's these wonderful people that help you along. Like, so wherever you're going, it's all over the United States. My friend lives in California. She goes, good luck doing that. I went and looked, and they're all over California. So they'll let you come and stay on their property, generally for nothing. It's one night or two. There's been some that will do 5 nights. So I was able to book. So you are moving around a little, but they're native Floridian people, Floridians. So you learn a lot about the state. You make connections. They're super good people. You feel safe. They help you in any way you need to be helped. It's really a nice service. So far, I've booked out till into March. I have a few days that I'm still trying to fill up, but one thing that's exciting though, so I ended up paying a little more to get the app that had wineries and distilleries and museums and things like that. So you can go stay at their place for a night or two as well. And then the one I'm going to in February 4th and 5th has live bands, $10 a night. Like Motown is one, and then Elton John. I mean, you know, it's musicians that are playing them, $10 a night. And you're right there. They have like a restaurant with really good food, and you just hang out there and have fun. So I'm doing that. And then I have a friend in Cocoa Beach. I want to say it's Coca. She's not in Cocoa Beach. She's in Coca. Pickleball player. And I met her in Minnesota with my son when we were playing pickleball. And so she's going to let me stay. She has a condo there, and she said I can come stay there for up to a week. So I'm trying to book my other ones right around, I think it's like February. I'm going to say it's February 6th or about the 21st. So I can play pickleball with her the whole time. So I'm excited about that. There's another one I'm staying at. It's this, some places will offer a monthly fee. Yeah. There's a place in Ohio that we stayed. This is Connie. At that we pay a monthly fee. Yeah, I've seen that. The problem with Florida is if you don't do it a year in advance, it's popular at this time of year, and their peak time is February. And I did not pre-book it. So I'm lucky that I've been able to book things that I have, staying this Harvest Host 1 or 2 nights with people, because it's almost gone now too. The girls are meeting me the end of February, and we were lucky to get a KOA in the Keys. I think it's Sugarloaf Key, right by Key West, before they were out, because we just barely got that booked. And we got it for, I think, 4 days. Couple $100 a night, $185, I don't know, something. I mean, but there's nothing else available. It's booked out solid. And I talked to another lady. So think about it if you're traveling in this area. Make sure you book out about it. Well, someone said 6 months in advance. I would probably do a year if you can. But yeah, at least 6 months. Like, I was really lucky that I ran into some of these sites that I've been able to book stuff. I'm going to do some distilleries, I think, in March when I'm going up the East Coast. And there's some farms. You can stay at farms. So I'm excited about that. There's a farm where they grow all their fresh vegetables and have a farmer's market. I'm pretty excited. I'm staying with them for a couple nights. Um, just different, really cool. One of them is a space center and it's a museum and they let you stay there for the night and then you go into the museum and they take you through the whole, I guess it's phenomenal, the space um, program and everything. So it's pretty fun. It's pretty exciting. Um, but I mean, if you're shy about meeting people, this isn't going to work because hey, Irene. Hi, Irene. Um, I'm meeting new people every day. So I've stayed here for 2 days. Phenomenal people. Wonderful. And then tomorrow I will head down south about an hour and a half. Let's see. I think it's, oh gosh. I don't know all the names. St. Pierce or something. Fort Pierce. The goal is to head towards Miami because the girls are flying into Miami and then the Keys is only, it's pretty crazy how Florida is not that big. Like for probably 6 hours all the way down the East Coast. So, but I'm kind of moving around because I'm going to go down farther and then come back up. So because I want to play pickleball with my friend. So I'm kind of moving to different areas, which is also kind of fun. I'm not specifically going to the beach right now because, I don't know, it seems complicated. It probably isn't. But I'm just trying to get settled and get used to driving in Florida. I was a little anxious because I'm like, oh my gosh, it's going to be crowded and streets are full and, you know, the traffic and anxiety and all that. It's not like that. So my drive down here was really nice. Like the roads are super nice. Big roads, wide, newer, nice. They warned me about tolls. I'm not sure at this, the toll signs were covered. I don't know if it's because it's not peak season yet or not. So I'm not sure about that yet. I've been through tolls already and usually they just send you a bill and it's like $3. I don't know. I'm not sure about that part of it yet. I went over a fabulous bridge. It was a little scary because it was pretty high up. I think it was outside of Jacksonville heading south. 70 miles an hour. The traffic's pretty easy. You know, I just stay in with the trucks kind of. It's easy. And I missed all the storms. I got here when it was beautiful, 70 degrees out. The next day it dropped down to, I think it was 40 and then like 29 and freezing weather, rain, but then it's back up again. So today it warmed up to 65 here, which it was beautiful. Yesterday it was kind of chilly, 45 maybe. So I have to keep reminding myself, this is winter. This is January. So I'm hoping if I keep moving south, it'll keep getting warmer, which it looks like, but there's also going to be rain. So rain tomorrow and for the next 3 or 4 days. So that's okay. I think, you know, rain will be fine. I've driven in temps before, so anyway, that's what I'm doing. Harvest Host is what it's called. It's really cool. It's everywhere. It fits my budget. Like, you may have to pay a fee for electricity if somebody it hooks you up like $10. I'm pretty self-contained, so like they let me use their electricity. I think it's I don't know all the voltage, but an electrical cord hooked me up and I'm running fine. I know that I can't overload the circuit, so I just stay. I filled up with water. I dumped the sewer, so I'm all good. Like, I'm good. I'll be fully self-contained for at least a month, and then I can always go to a KOA or whatever. And I filled up her propane. That's my cooking. And like my hot water is propane, but it also runs off electricity. So I'll be good. The next KOA I'll probably stay at is the one in the Keys when the girls get here. Ooh, that one looks super pretty. Oh my gosh, it's right. It's right on the ocean. They have a pool. You can rent paddle boards. It sounds like a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of fun. So, okay, Harvest Host, good people, safe places to stay. I've had really good luck. So I feel real comfortable. It's well organized. And so far I've been able to book really nice places. So for minimal cost. I couldn't afford staying at KOAs. I couldn't. And I have checked Connie for like paying a monthly fee, but whew, there's nothing open anymore. You can't do it. There's just nothing open anywhere. I'm going to keep looking, but it's pretty booked out. And it's peak season, so it's going to be in the thousands probably by now. The ones that I saw was like reasonable, $300-400 are booked out. So we'll see. I can always stay at a Walmart parking lot. They also have those on Harvest House as well. So, yeah, that's what's happening. Let's see. Let's see what. Oh, I put on here. So we talked about the weather. You know, it was beautiful today, but like I said, it's going to be raining tomorrow, but it's still going to be 50s, 60s, so we should be okay. I wasn't sure. You think about Florida and you think, what's it going to be like? And I wasn't sure. Like, I know about swamps. Are there crocodiles roaming around everywhere? What about the bugs and mosquitoes? Things like that. So far, I haven't ran into any of that. The lady that I'm staying with now, there's a walking trail up the road. She did say there are, I believe she said, alligators. She said they won't eat the dog. I didn't go down there, though. It gives me a little bit of willies to do it. I did go walking, though. It was beautiful. I posted some pictures earlier from walking. That's just where I'm staying at their house here. It's just beautiful. So thankful for him. Okay, I think that's all I have for the RV. I'm trying to think if there's anything I've noticed a little that I don't think so. Like everything's running well. I've got everything hooked up. I'm getting sort of the jive of it. Hey, Junior, how many days you think you would be able to stay in a Walmart parking lot? Well, I think like you can talk. So this is the scoop on it. You can stay there and talk to the manager. I would say, I mean, I don't think I would want to. Like, I really think it's just for an overnight thing. I've seen trailers that look broken down living there. I wouldn't want to. You just have to go in and talk to the manager. I think they're pretty good about it. But there are some, like down closer to the Keys, that they won't let you stay, and it's posted. So there's also parks. I did buy a park pass. I could stay in a park. Those are also fully booked up. Like I tried to get, the parks are really reasonable. I'm talking $16 a night. If you can get them, do it 6 months in advance though. I'm sure people book out a year in advance. But those would be ideal. I just didn't book out far enough advance. So Walmart parking lot, I'm going to say you could stay the night and then leave for the day, and you probably could stay then. I don't know that they're going to check, but it's really just for overnight when you're heading somewhere, I think. I don't think they want you camping there for 3 months. I wouldn't want to anyway, right? But it's a good thing to have. It's a really good, I always keep that in the back of my mind. If I can't find somewhere to stay, that I could always stay there. I don't feel super safe. That's probably just me. I'm sure I would be. I've stayed before in a hotel parking lot, which I don't think they want you to, but it was well lit. And that's when I was driving 8 hours, and it's stupid. I don't do that anymore. I only drive a couple hours at a time now. But I did stay in their parking lot, and that was fine. I felt safe doing that, but I don't really like it. I've also heard you could stay in truck stops. I can't say I feel super safe doing that. What I've heard, I talked to a truck driver, he's like, park in the front row if you stay there. And the other thing, he's like, how do they know you're alone? They don't know. They aren't going to know unless for some reason, I mean, how are they going to know that? So you should be okay. But they also said just don't park in the back parking lot, because apparently there's women, I don't know about men, I'm going to say mostly women, who walk around and knock on the doors, and it's like this prostitution type thing. So I'm like, ugh. That would scare me. Not that I judge them. I don't judge them. But it would scare me if somebody knocked on my door at 2 a.m. You know what I mean? I've already decided, because I have this girlfriend that I met in Nashville. And she has a truck, nice truck. She's pulling a silver trailer, which I think I'm going to do that after I get settled somewhere. I think I'm gonna either I may rent this one out. It's good money in it. Buy a truck and a trailer, like a bigger fifth wheel, and I'll probably just stay for 6 months at a time somewhere. But forgot what I was talking about now. Oh geez, what was I talking about? Anyway, okay, being safe. So she told me one time she went to a gas station and she ended up getting out of her truck. Her dogs were in there. Went back in her trailer to get something, and somebody pulled up right by her door. So like her truck had the keys in it and everything. The door was blocked. And so she started thinking, oh my gosh, what would I do if somebody was trying to, her dogs are in there. She's in the trailer. They could drive off with her. And we started talking it over. And I'm like, one thing that is smart to do, and I've always heard this anyway, my training at ISU for an armed shooter, right? Make a lot of noise. So, and Andrew says, I wonder what would happen if you parked in the back of a Walmart lot. I don't know. Back row of Walmart. I don't know. I don't think I want to find that out either. But that's where they park, is the back row. That's where they park. I do that when I go and shop there. Like I take 2 parking lots, but I get all the way away from other cars. Because it's just not easy to turn around and stuff. But anyway, so what I was thinking, because you never know, you should always think about what could happen. Because I am traveling by myself. I have a good old watchdog back there. Suki. Anyway, make a lot of noise. They always taught us yell fire, honk your horn, turn on your lights, do all the bells and whistles. I have pepper spray and a knife at the front door, and I do, I have other means of protecting myself, and that's good, right? I'm fully trained, but you never know. So we just, the thing is what would be the best solution? Start honking your horn and things if something like that happens, and just make a lot of noise. I'm pretty careful about where I stay, and I really check out who the person is. They have a full bio and things like that. The other thing that I do is my daughter has, like she told me that she has a tracker on my phone, so she always knows where I am. But I also send her my ETA to every new location because I'm traveling quite a bit. So you on your iPhone, when you're doing your navigation, you can send your ETA to as many people as you want, and they can track you. And so I did it when I first came in, and she goes, yeah, it says the address and it says the name of the place you're staying. So if she's law enforcement, by the way. So if she ever needed to find me, she could. So that's another assurance. Let's see. I think that's, geez. Moving forward, moving forward for the majority is like I said, I had a little bit of anxiety because, change is difficult, right? So I've been through a lot of change already. I looked back on my videos from a year ago. I don't even think I think I was just at a point where I was going to start doing bodybuilding and do the competition. And I just started that. And I laugh because I look back and I'm like, were you ready? Nope. But I did it anyway. I don't know. I'm starting to notice like my traps are getting more defined and my arms are. But it's all like Sarah and I were talking about. It's all about your food. It's all about it. It's hard. It's a hard science and everybody's so different. Someone can tell you one thing, it doesn't work for you, but it works for them. So you got to figure it out for yourself. And I am a very, like, I have a big addictive personality. And so if I have bad food in my house, like, it's going to be eating at me all the time, literally, to eat it. So I don't keep anything in here that's not on my food plan. I'm pretty strict, and it's hard, but it doesn't call me all night long. You know what I mean? I only keep what's in here, what I can eat on my food plan. So I'm losing again. I'm down 5 pounds, which is marvelous. I still have a lot to go, but anyway, so why am I anxious? Well, change is hard. I was set with my daughter. I was there 2 months. I love being with my family and my grandkids, and that was so hard to leave. I think towards the end I was ready to get out because the storm just kept trapping me, so I had to get out. But it was kind of, you sort of get a little anxiety too. I kept thinking, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Why are you going to Florida? I don't know anybody there. I think it was Irene that said, what'd you do? Just throw a pin at the map and land somewhere? I think I'm trying to find my road. Where do I belong? Where do I want to be for 6 months out of the year? My daughter loves Florida. I would love to end up somewhere where my kids want to come visit. So that's how I kind of decided it. It's warm, supposedly. So far, it's been surprising. I thought the Carolinas would be really warm. And they had freezing temperatures and ice all over the roads. It was terrible. I think the 2 days I was supposed to travel, they had over 600 wrecks. The weird thing about Kentucky in that area is the roads are super narrow, and they're not good with rain or snow. Like I don't know what, you slip really bad, worse than I've ever seen. So I just didn't travel on those days. And I don't want to be, I've traveled in weather and I don't want to do that anymore. I don't need that stress for sure, right? So why do you get anxious? Why is change difficult? Well, it just is. I mean, going to a new gym's change. Moving to or driving into an area you don't know the traffic. Meeting new people every day who you're going to be staying with is change. It's all kind of exciting, yet a little bit strange. I'm starting to get comfortable now. When I sort of met my first host family and found out it was really good and sort of started driving on the roads, and I'm comfortable with it. I went through the middle of town today and it was fine. I even parked at a Starbucks. My tail end was out just a little bit, and I think it might not be legal, but I just ran in real quick. Okay, let's see. I am meeting new people. That's fabulous. A lot of the people who are hosting are from this area, and I'm really hoping to get to know them, getting to know the area, you know, and I've got them all on my phone list and have their numbers and locations, and, you know, for the most part, they're like, yeah, come again. They want to share Florida with you. It's so incredible. One place I'm going, I believe, I want to say it's around the 7th. I could be wrong, but it's something about Space Coast. He said I believe there's a shuttle taking off or something. So he told me the time, and he's like, stop and watch it around 6 o'clock. Like, they share fun stuff with you like that. It's pretty incredible. So, all right. What I'm finding is that this is a beautiful state. Beautiful. And I haven't even really got to see the ocean much. You know, I kind of did when I went over this huge bridge. It's beautiful. But just traveling through it, it is beautiful. My daughter loves the governor here. Like, she calls him America's governor. It seems great. I don't see that they're using, I don't know, it's controversial, masks everywhere. I'm okay with that. You know, and so far so good. So far so good. Let's see. People are good. I'm finding that people are good everywhere. Moving forward, I'm proud of myself because I did what I said I was going to do. So I kind of said this is what I'm going to do months ago, and it's happening. And so I am proud of myself for moving forward in that respect. Although I'm sure there's going to be days, like Mama said, there'd be days like this. Today was a little bit like this. Like, I went to a car wash because you can't go to a normal one with an RV. You guys know that. It was big and tall, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm going there. I drove in and it wasn't long enough. So like the front was sticking out one side, the back was sticking out, the little things wouldn't move around enough. I sprayed it, put soap on it, nothing all reached. It was aggravating. Plus, I don't know what it is. I got to Google this. The RV gets this really black, fine dust on it, and it doesn't just come off like with a scrubber or a regular car wash. I have to use special, and the bugs. I have this special stuff. I don't know where, I must have put it away. That you spray on it and then it comes off fine, but it's a special spray that you use for all the black. So it's nice and clean today. It's going to rain tomorrow, but it's okay because the rain will roll off of it anyway. So I'm good to go on that. Let's see. How's Suki traveling? She's doing good. She gets a little, so when I went to the gym today, she was a little anxious, I think, because we just started traveling again. She was used to being at my daughter's and going in the house whenever she wanted. And like, there were times she didn't want to go back with me in the RV, and I made her. And my grandson Archer is like, no, Suki, don't. It's a trick. Stay here, Suki. So that's the one thing I decided to do is my travels. What I'm going to do is like get postcards. So this was the Jackson, I don't know, it might be Reed, Jackson, St. Mary's, KOA, Kingsland, Georgia. So I'm getting one I'm going to send one to each of the kids and just kind of let them know my journeys, you know, in my RV and stuff. Because I think that would be fun for them. And it keeps them in tune. They, you know, when you're far away from them, they grow up fast. So I'm going to be doing that and try it in each of my travels and just make it fun. You know, like we saw this bug today, or this alligator, or this crocodile, or, you know, what's Sookie doing? So she was okay. Like I checked on her after I came back from the gym and she was okay. But there's sometimes she's a little weirded out and shaky, like going, what's happening? What's happening? Where we're staying now, they have 5 kitties. So she was kind of a little nervous about that. I think she would like to chase them, but I keep her on a chain. We don't allow that. And she's super quiet. So, you know, that is her in my bed. As you might note, that I only get a section of it. She gets the other section. Okay. Oh, another thing I remember, I did figure out. So, when you cook in here, it has a fan up above, which I have going, but if it smokes at all, the smoke alarm goes off constantly. You gotta, you know, wave the thing just because it's such a small location. And then at first when I was running the heater, it smelled like propane. And you know how you get worried about carbon monoxide and all that? So I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't see a carbon monoxide detector. So I ordered one. Well, then I found it underneath. It's a really nice carbon monoxide propane detector. And it's not going off, so I'm good to go. I also bought this electric fan. So because you can use quite a bit of propane. So $25, which isn't bad, can get you about a month or so. I noticed it was a little higher down here, but it lasts quite a bit. And I don't like running propane heat, but I can if I need to. But this heater keeps it, like, it's got a temperature. I keep it about 55 because I do like it cooler. Gotta go. Glad you're having fun. Oh, yeah, you take care too, Junior. Tell everybody hi for me. Love you. I'm hoping Gracie will meet me down in Naples. That'll be in March. 1st of March, 4th, I think I'm in Naples. Trying to get her to get away from her busy schedule and meet me, but we'll see. Doesn't sound promising. Anyway, so the electric heater doesn't burn the propane. I usually only cook with propane, and the oven I don't find works super well. It's a propane oven. I think I will end up investing in a, oh, why can't I think of it now? You guys know what Cook's electric, oh, small. I had one, but I ended up throwing it out when Nick and I first started traveling. It was crazy what I threw out then. Anyway, it's like a convection oven, not a microwave. You know what I'm saying? Air fryer. Woo! Woo! Okay. All right, well, I better get moving. I was able to keep the power going. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you about. So I'm AT&T, and I wanted to get fast internet so I could do these videos, do uploads, things like that, so I can get more consistent with it. So I signed up through AT&T. I have a router now. Signed up. It was super fast, like 40 gigabytes. Like I was uploading. I never had problems or anything. Well, about the 21st, I got this text saying, you're at 40, you're almost out of data. When you go over, we're going to add $10 for every 2 gigabytes. I didn't realize, for some stupid reason, I thought I had unlimited, right? No, I had 40 gigabytes. Well, that went pretty quick because I didn't realize it, but I was running my phone on it, my computer, everything on it. So it just burned it, you know, watching movies, uploading, everything. Long story short, so I called AT&T. I'm like, oh my gosh, I ran out of data fast. I'm worried about the charges. Like it was at $40 over by then, right? So they put me on another plan that's $25 unlimited. But after you use a certain amount, you start slowing down quite a bit. Now, the other thing I found out is my phone, and I knew this before, but it's I'm going to say it's $85. Has a hotspot on it where I can run my computer on it as well. So it runs better than the other one. But if you run down on that data, it slows down too. So in between the two of them, I'm probably paying $200 a month. So I'm just going to see. I don't know. I may cancel the other if I couldn't get the hotspot to work before. I don't think I knew what I was doing, but I do now. So I don't know. It seems like it hasn't shut off but the one time. So technology. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I'm going to sign off from, it's right by Orlando. We're about 30 miles, I'm going to say east of Orlando. Cute little area, beautiful, good roads, good people. So let me know if you need the link or anything. It's been pretty cool so far. I'm just getting started. We'll be traveling again tomorrow, so I'm pretty excited. So, all right. Well, you guys have a blessed day, rest of the day, blessed week. Much love. Bye.